Last week against the Alouettes, offense was a problem for the Hamilton Tiger Cats. They were looking to set a different tone this time around. Instead, it was just early mistake after mistake that really became costly.
Yeah, it really was. It was a case where they dug themselves into a hole, got off to a terrible start in this football game. First possession, first play from scrimmage. Ticats in their own territory fumble. Montreal recovers. Second possession. Bo Levi Mitchell trying to force a throw across the middle, throws an interception. Taylor Powell comes in at quarterback. His first series in the game, snap goes over his head. They're forced to give up a safety. Playing against the best team in the league on the road, you know exactly what you're going to get. You can't afford to make the mistakes that the Hamilton Tiger Cats made in the early going of this football game.
The Alouettes will pounce on those mistakes. They did again. And how about offensively? With Davis Alexander making just his second start at quarterback, and you can tell he really loves to work with one receiver in particular. Charleston Rambo, back-to-back excellent games for this first-year Alouette receiver.
Yeah, and what's been impressive is, as you've seen injuries over the course of the season, to Montreal Alouette receivers. Keon Julian Grant already out. Tyson Philpott goes down in this game. Tyler Snead has barely played. The list goes on. People keep stepping up, and now it's Charleston Rambo, who's been absolutely fantastic over the course of the last couple of games. Just a monster here tonight, over 100 yards receiving. There you see his numbers over the course of the last 10 catches for 210 yards, and those 3 touchdowns really stand out on the way to 2 victories over a divisional rival.
1 touchdown last week in Hamilton, 2 more tonight. Here is Rambo with Matthew Shinetti.
Charleston, how do you think you're introducing yourself to this league with 3 touchdowns in 2 weeks?
More to come. All I can say is thank God. First I want to thank the man upstairs before anything. Then I want to thank my quarterback, 10, for always throwing the ball, putting it where I need it, where I want the ball, So big ups to 10 right there.
Did you have a feeling that you'd be even a greater asset in the offensive package the last 2 weeks? Were there discussions that you had with Jason Moss? Were there discussions you were having with Davis Alexander?
I'm going to be me every day when I come in to work. Practice order on the field, game field, it's going to be the same Charleston Rambo come out here. I just need my guys to trust me like my QBs, trust me, and know I'm going to come down and make a grab for them.
And how much are you enjoying the CFL field right now with those touchdown grabs the last few weeks?
Feeling great, love. It's great to score a touchdown in any league, any football league is great, I love it here. Thank God. I love you guys, Thank you, 10. I love 10 as well. He's a great QB, So big ups to him. I want to give a lot of praise to 10 because, he's a playmaker as well.
Thanks for this.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Ciao.
There was a surprising development, Duane, at the beginning of the game, just 2 series in for the Ticats after Bo Levi Mitchell threw an interception picked up by Darnell Sankey. Scott Milanovic had the early hook, and he went the rest of the way with Taylor Powell.
Yeah, and I think it was just about seeing a pattern, similar mistake made by Bo on a play this week that he made last week, throwing a very similar interception and knowing that you couldn't have those turnovers. As he said in his halftime interview with Matthew Shinetti, too many turnovers. And it was turnovers on the first 2 possessions. They needed to change something. They decided to make the change at quarterback. I thought Taylor Powell did a solid job, and I'm guessing he will probably get the start the next time out for Hamilton.
Well, for what it's worth, 30 for 38, over 300 yards passing, a couple of touchdowns, no picks. And yes, we'll see next week when they're going against the Edmonton Elks at Tim Hortons Field. As for the 8-1 Alouettes, making the turn halfway through, is clearly the #1 team in the CFL. They have another matchup against the Saskatchewan Roughriders next week in Regina.